Katie said it herself earlier that it would not be one of our lives if there were not some technical difficulties. So,
Yeah.
Hi everybody. If you're just seeing us, we're literally just chit-chatting at this point because you can tell that we are a little bit rusty and had to get back into the swing of things. But anyway, I think we're good, Katie. We're good.
Yeah, we're ready for spring. We're ready for the sale coming up in April. Who else is cleaning out their closets? Like, I know my kids, they all look like they're prepping for a flood. All their pants are way too high. They're looking like just ankle cutoffs right now. So that's what I'm doing. I started going through my kids' closet this last week, and I swear, you just feel like you just switched out their pant size and then it's time again. And that's just the benefit of JBF having it every 6 months, right? Because it's just when your kids are growing and ready to purge. Hi again. I bet you that's
I know. I feel like a kid in a candy store because I'm learning. Look, I can show comments on the screen. Look, somebody said
I love that.
It doesn't say who it is, but that's okay. Anyway,
I know.
hi everybody. We're back. But so we're gonna talk about registration a little bit tonight. So we're just this one's gonna be really laid back. We're not getting too serious tonight because it's our first time back and we just want to hang with you guys and have a little fun. But we have changed a couple of things in registration to make them easier for you guys as consigners, but also to make the logistics a little easier on the admin side. So I'm actually going to share my screen and we're just going to show you guys what we changed. We are also going to make a new how to register video, but that's not quite ready yet. So I will pop this up on the screen. And I need to go to the right window. And here we are. Okay. So here's our new registration page. Is it up at the top, Katie?
Yes.
I just want to make sure. I can't see
right
both.
Where the baby's picking their nose.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Katie pointed that out to me. Isn't this so funny, you guys?
Your registration time is the way I call it. That's how I know you're on the right page.
Yep.
So
Pick your drop-off time, Katie says. Pick. And what's funny is when I was choosing this photo, I'm just like, oh, look at the cute babies and the cute mamas. I did not see the baby picking his nose, but
so cute.
He's super cute. Okay. So one thing I want to point out really quick, and I want you guys to share this with each other because this is a really helpful link right at the top, and we've never been able to do this before, but you can now resend your confirmation and get all of your registration information again. So if you click on this link right up here, you enter in your email address and it will resend your confirmation, which, will have your drop-off time, your pickup time, all the information you filled out in registration. So isn't that nice, Katie? It's just like, so if you guys have anyone who asks, say, hey, I can't remember my drop-off time. Can anybody help? This is the secret ticket, resend confirmation. And you can get it right there. Now, if something comes up, we can obviously still look it up for people, but it's nice when you can help yourself. Okay, so everything is pretty similar. There's a couple of small changes. The big one being that the consignor passes are now right here on the registration page and not with the shopping passes the way they were last year. So you just go into the day, here's the pre-sale passes, and you pick whether or not you are a donate all or a regular consignor. And then here's the half price ones right there. So it's all in one place. You don't have to go to two separate websites to get it. Make sure that you have your consignor number handy, but also right here, I want to point out, make sure that you have added Bremerton sale, the Bremerton sale to my events on the tagging site. And if you don't know what that is or what that looks like, here's the tagging page. So you log into your account on the tagging website, and right here is the home screen that it'll take you to. And my events is at the top. I've already selected Bremerton. But if you don't see this here, then you go right down here to coming events, and our sale will be in this list. Should be right towards the top because you put in your zip code and it'll bring up the nearest sales. And then you click on sign up, and then our event will end up here in my events. And the reason that's important is because it basically points your tickets, your tags to our event, which helps them ring up in the register right. So we just changed the wording on this. You've always needed to do that, but we just changed the wording to hopefully make it easier. So the rest is almost identical. So consignor number, information, you come down here, choose your drop off. If you're reduce and donate all consignor, you can do express drop off, which this explains that. And one thing that's changed is that you just go in and you select your drop off time. So we have express drop off on Tuesday only. So if you're getting express, you just choose the time you want to drop off. If you're doing a regular drop off, then you select that time. But one thing that's different is if you're doing an express drop off, you select your items right here for the drop off payment, express drop off payment. And then, like I said, most of this is exactly the same. Here's where you select your pickup time. If you're a donate all consignor, you click this one for no pickup needed, and then come through, read through the consignor agreement so you guys know everything you need to know. And then the last thing that's changed is that we have you guys specifically select which payment you would like this time. And so you either are going to choose an e-check, which will be delivered to your email within 2 weeks after the sale has the last day of the sale. Or if you would prefer to have a check mailed to you via USPS, you're going to select that here. And there's a little note says, please allow an additional 10 business days for that to arrive. Most likely, obviously, we give a little extra time for that one.
Right.
It shouldn't take an extra 2 weeks, but we just want to give that time allowance. One thing we discovered is that the mailed checks do mail from another state, and so they take a little bit longer. It's not like they're not being mailed from like our house in Bremerton or something like that. So anyway, that's just kind of a quick like little things that we've changed. And the shopping tickets are exactly the same. And that will look familiar if you're sending friends and family to get shopping tickets. The only thing we did was remove the consignor passes and put them with the registration. So there's one less website you guys have to go to. So, oh, I'm sorry, Katie, I just thought of one more thing, and that is the other thing we did change with the consignor passes. I'm going to go back to it. The only other thing we did change is that instead of having your pass and then a separate guest pass, which some of you will probably remember from the past, from the fall sale, excuse me, it's all combined into one pass. So instead of having to get your consignor pass and your guest pass, your pass is going to scan for yourself and for your guest. So, for example, the pre-sale day, all consignors are allowed to bring one guest. So, you're going to get your one consignor pass, and then that pass is good for 2 scans. So, you can either email your guests the same QR code, and that QR code will scan 2 times. And then after that, it will not be good anymore. But they can either come in with you and we'll scan the same one twice, or you can email it to them and they can come in separately, but they can still use their guest pass. It's just the same. And there's a little note about that as well here. And then there's also a link here to upgrade your pass. If you're a regular consigner and you want to upgrade your pass so that you can come in at the same time as the Donate All consigners, that's in there as well. So anyway, does anybody have questions about that? I know JBF tickets and registration can always just be a little bit fiddly, and that we just kind of have to find a way to make it work within the framework of what we have to work with. So we're happy to answer questions and happy to walk anyone through it.
So Heather has a question here. With drop-off day, do you just drop off and go or hang close? So when you come in the door, you're going to bring in your one item, and that just kind of checks you in and gets you going. We'll have a map ready for you to show what goes where. And there's something called drop zones, and you're going to have an area. So you're going to walk right in and get in line for inspection. And your inspector is going to be looking over all your clothing, checking for rip stains and holes, those kind of things. And while that's happening, you can go drop off your items in the drop zone. So for toys and mommy mart, all those things, it's all going to be a drop zone. Shoes, you can just go drop off on your own. And then clothing, when you get there, when everything's been inspected, you're going to want to keep them in the same size order and gender. And then you can just walk that right into their sections on the floor. And it is very fluid. There'll be plenty of other moms around to help guide you where you need to go. But I would say it's under an hour. If anything, it should go a bit quicker this time we're going to make drop zones just a little bit more detailed to help explain where everything goes and spread out a little bit more. So we're excited for that.
Yeah, we're making some little tweaks. And those of you that were with us for our first sale in the fall know that it was a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
So we had some hitches, but we got through it. We all got through it. But yeah, it was a little, we're refining the process and making it a little better organizationally. Is that a word? Organizationally?
We just made it one.
I think it is. Yep. Done. Check.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, lives are back. I mean, spring sale is coming. I can't believe it. We're just shy of 11 weeks out, almost 10 weeks. So, get to going, you guys. I think the first start of everything is just compiling things from around your house. Starting now, I like to just get those big things out of the way that you just kind of trip over. Like, the baby's not using that baby gate anymore, right? Why do we still have it up? And those kind of things, just set it down, clean it up, and set it aside, have it ready, get a tag on it, and look, that's already a huge chunk towards your consignor check, ready and prepped to go. So, maybe your baby's grown out of that baby swing or that stroller. You have a double and you just need a single now because your toddler just loves walking and isn't, wanting to ride along in that stroller. Get those things prepped and ready now. And some tips and tricks, throw some Armor All on that stroller, really clean it up, and you'll get more money back on your items the more you take care and clean those items ahead of time. And then you'll just be proud of yourself. Like, look, it's already ready to go. I've got a tag on it. Yeah. So I would say start this week. Take a look around your house. Take a look at what you're not using anymore. Maybe your children have grown out of. Like I said, our jeans, the pants, it's bad. We definitely need to step into the next size. And I always regret not buying just a hair bit bigger at the sale to be ready for when the kids grow out. So,
it's high water city for my oldest. Oh my goodness. Yes. He needs pants so bad.
Yeah. So I'll answer this one. So Heather, if there happens to be a possible rip or tear, what happens if I'm having it donated? Will it go there or do I have to take it back? Yeah. So absolute forgiveness, understanding this happens. We pass by things. I mean, I just bought something at Goodwill. Nona heard, I was like, it's still a great brand. But the armpit had a rip here. When we look over and back and forth at an item, I don't really have a shirt near me. It's hard to see those, right? Because it's underneath here. That's absolutely understandable. We just mark that as you go through inspection. I think my first time I had over 15. It was quite a few, but it's understandable. And that's the whole point of going through inspection. So we're not putting items out on the floor that do have those rips and stains. So we'll just set them aside. We do actually put a red line through the tag just to show that that can't go out on the floor. We count them up, and it can be donated there right on site, or you're welcome. Say there's just a couple little stains and you're like, I really want to work on that and bring it back. You can absolutely do that and fix your tag and bring it back in. So no problem at all. No shame in the game. We are all mamas. Our kids all spit up. Our kids all run. And my second born has blown through all the knees of his jeans. So there's just, don't feel bad at all if something like that happens. We're here for you.
Oh, it's impossible to see all of that. And yeah, you pointed it out too, Katie, is like your first time, you're going to get much more than you might expect, but not in a bad way. It's just like you're learning about us and how we inspect things at the same time as learning to prep your items and that kind of stuff. And I can't remember how many no thank yous I had the first time, but it was quite a lot. And I was super proud of myself. I was like, yes, my stuff is amazing. And then they're like, oh, there's a stain. Oh, there's a stain. She was really kind about it, but I felt embarrassed. And that's like, oh, don't be embarrassed, because we've all been there. There's going to be stains you don't see. And in fact, Katie and I still get stains that we see at the venue that we didn't see at home because the lighting is mean, and it's
very bright.
It's okay.
Yeah,
but I think I was just gonna say, I think maybe too she was asking is like if she's a donate all consigner, perhaps maybe that was part of the question, is do they still get donated? And yes, they absolutely do. So if you put donate all, just because it gets pulled from the sales floor because it's torn, it will still go to the charities. So
yeah, some of the items they can't keep, but they were able to come pick up the boxes with kind of those rips and holes and put that what do? They donate to a textile company, and they get an actual monetary donation for turning in those ones that have the big rips and things like that. So it's really a blessing all in all. So don't worry about it. Please let us know if there's any other questions. I would say one of the biggest game changers for us was good lighting, right? I know not everyone can put in can lightings in their ceiling. That's just something that we upgraded in our house. But now these ring lights and things are pretty affordable.
You mean these ring lights?
Yeah, you can see it in your glasses. Okay, I've got one right now, guys. But just listen up. When you're tagging, having good lighting above you, even your husband's like work light, something like that for outside. I started with that. I would bring in my husband's like huge sunbeam
trouble light. Yeah.
And I put that over my clothes because I just didn't realize how important it is to have good lighting to see, stains on your clothes. So it looks a little weird when you're tagging, but hey, it gets the job done.
Yeah, who cares? If it saves you from having to do the work, so. And that's a lot of why we talk about it too, guys. Like we don't want you to put your hard time and energy into something that we can't sell. And so that's why we talk a lot about it, is just sort of like, just to help you guys to make your time is really valuable. So but Katie, do you have any other secrets? I know. Oh yeah. You started talking about starting today, going picking things.
Yeah.
And some of you might remember.
Items.
Yeah.
It's intimidating when you see that heaping pile. Like say you went through your kid's closet and you were like, wow, there's a lot where I'm just going to go back and eat some popcorn. I'm just not going to do that tonight, So I like to start out with 9 items, all in the same size, or maybe all jeans, right? So just pick 9 items. You guys, that's 9 tags. That's 9 items on one page that you can print out in one night and have tagged and be done. And so if you just do 9 a night, you would be amazed how much you can get done before the sale. So that's how I started. It's less intimidating. I know some people like to just get it all done at once, but maybe just choose one child then if you like to get all of it done at once. Pick one kiddo and all their stuff and just start organizing it. Get it washed up, check out for stains, and just start with 9 items. That's the best way to get going. And when you'll see when you start tagging, you can only really enter in 9 at a time before you need to hit save, and it starts over to your next sheet. So that's why we really just push to get 9 items going at once.
Yeah, 9 to a sheet. And you can make it a game with your kids. Like, I know some part of the challenge too is like find 9 items in 9 minutes, right?
Yes,
So
that was
everything's
fun.
9 related. So it's like, come on, kids, we have 9 minutes, set a timer, go around your house and find 9 things. You'll probably find way more than 9 in 9 minutes.
Yeah. Each kid pick 9. Yeah. And it's amazing to see at this point in our lives. I've been doing this for 10 years. My kids, it is so adorable. They're like, Mommy, I don't want this puppy anymore. Can it go to JBF? Like, they just know that's part of their language, right?
Yeah.
And they know if they sell this, Mommy puts it towards a new toy at JBF, or it just goes in the bucket for something new at Walmart or Target. So I love that it's just become a part of the family. That's a part of their conversation. And they know that they will get blessed by, just the circle of life of toys and clothing. Yeah. So that's been a huge win for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Parker, my son Parker's starting to get into that more. And he's like, okay, but I think this is time to pass this on and give it to another family. He's like, do you mean sell it at the sale at the JBF? Like, yeah, let's do that.
Yes. Yeah. Too cute. So, that's been a huge thing. As for Heather, we will be having new in-person consignor classes. I think we'll be starting in Silverdale at the Round Table Pizza. So it'll be on a weeknight. So keep your eyes out. But I know for me, I'm in person. I've got to feel it. I got to know it. And so we will be doing something like that if it's something that you're interested in, just to walk you through any questions, and just when you're in the moment and you can bring 9 items and we can help show you how to tag them in person. I know we're trying on these videos. It's a little bit hard. Even for us, we're like, wait, is that backwards? And we're holding things up, but we'd love to help in other ways. So keep your eye out and we'll be ready for it.
Yeah, I know. It's starting. This feels like the moment. It's fun to be back into doing it,
Yeah.
I can't believe it's like under 12 weeks away. Yeah, I guess we're almost to week 10, so it's almost 10 weeks away. But we're excited. I feel like our first sale was kind of a blur. It was really fun and it went really good, and we're super proud of all of you. There were so many new consigners, and like we did it together and it was amazing. And but it was a whirlwind, it really was just kind of like whoosh and it's done. So it's fun to start things up again. But all right, Katie, you have anything else you want to share?
I think just the last ad out there, I shared, if anyone is interested in Valley tagging, we are opening up positions for new Valley taggers. I do have a spreadsheet that gives everyone sell-through rate at the last sale. So it lets me know where you stood. So feel free to reach out to me and I will help walk you through, see if that's something that you qualify for, if you're interested in it, or just, hey, how do I become a part of that at the next sale? Maybe that's something I'd like to take on one Valley tagger, but feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to chat and see how we could go forward.
So. Yeah, we need that. It's so great to have that option to help people out who don't have the time to tag, or maybe have tiny littles at home and it's just not realistic. So,
or maybe you're just trying to make an extra few dollars for your family. It's just a huge blessing all the way around. So
it really is. All right, friend Katie, I think we're good.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. It was nice talking to you, Heather and Dania. Hi, Rebecca, if you're still there. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
We'll see you later.